What if I told you there's a place on Earth where the ground itself turns into a giant mirror, reflecting the entire sky until you can't tell where the horizon ends and the clouds begin? Or a desert made almost entirely of salt, sitting on top of enough lithium to power millions of electric cars? You'd probably say I'm exaggerating, right? But every single place in this video is real. You can visit them. You can stand on them. You can touch them with your own hands. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why thousands of people every single year refuse to believe their own eyes the moment they arrive. These are 8 places on Earth that look like science fiction but are completely, terrifyingly real. Let's begin. Our first 2 locations prove something strange. Earth didn't need Hollywood to invent the impossible. Nature built it first. Millions of years before any camera ever existed. Number 1, Zhangjiajie, China. When James Cameron was designing the floating mountains for Avatar, he didn't invent them, he found them. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park in the mountains of China's Wulingyuan district contains over 3,000 narrow stone pillars, some rising more than 200 meters into the sky. On foggy mornings, the mist swallows the lower half of each pillar completely, and what's left looks exactly like it did in the film, mountains floating detached from the earth itself. These pillars took millions of years to form, as water and wind slowly stripped away the softer rock, leaving only the hardest stone standing. And the park isn't finished surprising you. It's home to the highest outdoor elevator on the planet, lifting visitors 326 meters straight up a sheer cliff face. Then just when you think you've seen everything, you reach a glass bridge, suspended between 2 cliffs with a completely transparent floor. Beneath your feet, nothing but open air and a drop of hundreds of meters straight down. Most visitors don't make it across without stopping at least once. Number 2, Banff National Park, Canada. In 1883, 3 railway workers stumbled onto something they weren't looking for. Natural hot springs hidden on the slopes of a mountain. That accidental discovery became Canada's very first national park, and the 3rd oldest national park in the entire world. But the real mystery of Banff isn't the springs. It's the water. Lake Louise, Moraine Lake. Both glow an impossible turquoise blue, a color so intense, so unnatural looking that visitors often assume it's been artificially dyed. It hasn't. The color comes from something called rock flour, microscopic glacial silt, ground so fine it stays suspended in the water, reflecting only blue and green light back to your eyes. And Banff hides another secret most tourists never notice. Giant vegetated bridges built directly over the highway, allowing grizzly bears, wolves, and elk to cross safely without ever touching the road below. An entire wildlife highway system, built quietly above the human one. Our next 2 places will make you question something else entirely. How much of what we call natural beauty is actually an accident, of geology gone extraordinarily right? Which place shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Number 3, Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. Now imagine a place so flat, so vast, so perfectly smooth, that space agencies actually use it to calibrate their satellites. This is Salar de Uyuni, the largest salt flat on Earth. Over 10,000 square kilometers of pure white salt, left behind after prehistoric lakes evaporated thousands of years ago. 10 billion tons of salt, sitting in one place. But here's what almost nobody knows. Beneath that white crust lies somewhere between 50 and 70% of the entire planet's known lithium reserves, the exact element inside your phone battery, and inside every electric car on the road today. And then, for a few months each year, something happens that turns this place into pure magic. Between January and March, a thin layer of rainwater settles across the salt, and the entire flat becomes the largest natural mirror on Earth. The horizon disappears. The sky above and the ground below become impossible to tell apart. People walking across it look like they're floating in midair. Locals have taken this even further, building hotels, furniture, even sculptures. Entirely out of compressed salt blocks pulled straight from the ground beneath them. And rising out of this endless white sea are rocky islands covered in cactus. Some over 30 feet tall, over 100 years old, growing in a place where almost nothing else survives. Number 4, Cappadocia, Turkey. Now imagine the opposite, not a flat, endless mirror above ground, but an entire city hidden beneath it. Picture this. You're walking across open ground in the middle of Turkey, and beneath your feet, hidden for centuries, lies an entire city. Not a few tunnels, not a basement, a city, 18 floors deep. It's called 𝗘𝗫𝗜𝗦𝗧, and ancient inhabitants carved it directly into soft volcanic rock, deep enough to shelter tens of thousands of people, hiding from invading armies who never even knew they were standing on top of an entire civilization. But that's not what Cappadocia is famous for. Above ground, cone-shaped stone towers rise out of the earth. Locals call them fairy chimneys. They weren't built. They were carved by wind and water over millions of years, out of ash left behind by ancient volcanic eruptions. Early Christians didn't just admire this landscape. They carved entire churches into it, monasteries, chapels, frescoes that have survived since the 4th century, hidden inside solid stone. And today, every single morning, over 100 hot air balloons rise silently above this alien landscape, turning the sky into one of the most photographed sunrises on the planet. If you visit now, you can even sleep inside it. Entire boutique hotels have been carved into these same ancient caves. Luxury, hidden inside rock that's older than most civilizations. If this video amazed you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating documentaries.
What if I told you the next 2 places were born from complete destruction, and yet out of that destruction came 2 of the most breathtaking sights on the planet? Number 5, Santorini, Greece. Around 1600 BC, one of the largest volcanic eruptions in recorded history tore this island apart, leaving behind the dramatic crescent-shaped caldera we now call Santorini. And here's where it gets stranger. Many historians believe the sudden, catastrophic collapse of the advanced civilization that once lived here is the exact event that inspired Plato's legend of Atlantis. A lost, advanced city swallowed by the sea in a single violent moment. The eruption left behind something else too. Beaches in black, red and white volcanic sand, each colored differently depending on the minerals in the rock beneath them. Even the island's famous whitewashed houses aren't just for beauty. That white paint is lime, used for centuries as a natural disinfectant, and to reflect the brutal summer heat away from the homes. And every evening, tourists gather by the thousands in the village of Uyuni to watch what's regularly called the most photographed sunset on Earth. Number 6, Angel Falls, Venezuela. Deep inside Venezuela's 𝗪𝗪𝗡 National Park sits a landscape so isolated, it inspired one of the most famous adventure novels ever written, Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World. Here, flat-topped mountains called 𝗘𝗚𝗧 rise straight out of the jungle, their tops sliced clean as if cut by a giant blade. Local tribes call them the home of the gods. And from the top of one of these tepuis falls Angel Falls, the tallest waterfall on the entire planet. Over 800 meters of continuous, uninterrupted drop. The water falls for so long that it turns to mist before it even reaches the ground. Mist you can feel on your skin from kilometers away. The waterfall was named after an American pilot who, in the early 20th century, was so stunned by the sight that he returned and tried to land his plane on top of the tepui itself. His aircraft got stuck in the swampy summit, and he and his companions had to climb down the sheer cliffs on foot over several days. To this day, some tepui summits have never once been touched by a human foot. And naturally, stories followed. Legends of dinosaurs still living up there, theories of ancient landing pads for alien ships. The truth is quieter, but somehow more incredible. Millions of years of water, wind, and shifting tectonic plates, slowly carving a lost world that never needed fiction to begin with. And for our final two places, nature didn't just get creative, it broke its own rules completely. Number 7, Rainbow Mountain, Peru. In 2015, Peru gained a tourist attraction it never knew it had. For centuries, a glacier had completely covered this mountain, hiding what was underneath. But as global temperatures rose, the ice melted away and revealed something nobody expected. Stripes, red, yellow, green, turquoise, and violet, running across the mountainside like it had been painted by hand. It hadn't. Each color comes from a different mineral inside the rock, iron creating the red, other compounds creating the green, layers that formed over millions of years, then were pushed upward and tilted by tectonic movement, exposing the entire palette at once. Today, it's one of the most photographed mountains in South America, but reaching it isn't easy. The altitude alone is enough to stop most visitors halfway up. Number 8, Diamond Beach, Iceland. And now, our final destination, the one that looks the most impossible of all. On Iceland's southern coast, next to a massive glacial lagoon, black volcanic sand meets the ocean. But scattered across that black sand are chunks of ice, clear, polished, glowing. They're broken pieces of a nearby glacier, carried out to sea, tumbled and smoothed by ocean waves until they're completely transparent, then washed back onto the black shore. When sunlight passes through them, they don't just glow, they sparkle like diamonds scattered across black velvet. It's part landscape, part jewelry box, and completely one of a kind. 8 places, 8 complete impossibilities. Mountains that float, an entire wildlife highway hidden above a real one, an underground city carved by hand, a desert that becomes a mirror, an island born from the myth of Atlantis, a waterfall that turns to mist before it even lands, stripes hidden under ice for centuries, and a beach scattered with diamonds made of nothing but frozen water. Every single one of them is real, sitting exactly where we left them, waiting for someone to finally see them. And the strangest part, this isn't even close to the full list. Somewhere out there is a 9th place, just as unbelievable as these 8. And maybe one day you'll be the one who finds it.